The weather is super terrible today. We've been getting flash flood warnings all morning, and you can see it is still pouring outside. And it's just a good reminder when weather's like this to check on the people who are less fortunate, who may not have homes, and make sure they're okay. And that's exactly what I did today. Hey, buddy.
Hey, little pumpkins. What are we doing? Oh, inside home.
Lee has kindly decided to come by and help me today. And pretty much all we're going to be doing today is putting down this. It's commonly referred to as either shoe molding or quarter round. And the reason they call it quarter round is if this was a perfectly round piece, this would be a quarter of a circle, hence quarter round. And what we typically use this for is it covers up the gap in between the flooring and the baseboard. You can see this is where our flooring stopped and the baseboard starts. We'll cut all these to fit, nail them in place, and it hides the gap. What's your method here, Lee?
We'll go with measure twice, cut once. Section over here that we can do in a single piece, 136 1/4 inches long. Cut 245 inside cuts on this. I've never done this before in my life.
Amanda's being super helpful as always. Playing on her phone. Of all the trims that you can install in a house, I would say that shoe molding is definitely the easiest of the bunch. There's not a lot of complicated angles to deal with. You don't have to cope any of your cuts to make them line up. Plus the material is usually really lightweight, flexible, and easy to work with. The way we install it, we only have 3 angles to deal with. At all of our door jambs, we cut a 22.5. In all of our inside corners, we do a 45. And anywhere where your shoe molding runs into a door jamb, we just do a straight cut. And if you have a miter saw, all these angles are idiot proof because they have them clearly marked on here. You have your 45, your 22.5, and you lock it at 0 for your straight cuts.
Jason. Jason, please stop.
I'm just supervising.
Please stop. I'm going to quit.
Which part?
I'm going to quit fucking trimming and I'm going to go home. What you doing? What we're doing here is we're making an outside 45 cut.
Yeah.
And Jason is on my back.
Yeah.
And
Just managing.
the old jelly knee is giving out on me.
Just supervising.
I'm gonna blur out this t-shirt though so nobody can see that.
Oh, that's making me angry.
I'm gonna pixelate that.
16 1/4.
What is B2 Cloud, Lee?
It is a cloud-based solution where we can take your business to the cloud. And why are you going away? Come back.
If you're thinking about trying some trim work in your house, shoe molding is definitely a good place to start. I can give you 3 tips that might help you out though. Tip number 1, use the longest pieces that you can get at your store. We use 14-foot strips is what we had at our local Home Depot. This will prevent you from having as many cuts on long runs. When you have a long wall like this, you won't have any breaks in it. One piece can span the whole thing. Tip number 2, I would pre-paint these before you put them down. You will have to caulk the top of it and fill in your nail holes, and those will have to be painted. But it's a lot easier to touch up those on top than it is to paint this whole thing and cut in down here at the bottom of it, because you would have to tape off all your flooring not to get it on the floor. So to make it easier, we just set ours up on sawhorses and pre-painted them all before we put them down. The last tip I would give you is to pre-plan your cuts. And what I mean by that is try to pick your longest runs first. Since you're using 14-foot sections, you'll have less waste if you go room to room picking all the long runs first. Like in this bedroom, we would go ahead and put this piece down and this piece down, since those are both long runs and will take almost a whole strip. But then this piece we'll save for later and use one of our cutoffs for that. So you'll go through your house, pick all the longest runs first, you'll put those down, and then what you cut off there, you'll use for your shorter runs, and then what you cut off there, you'll use for even shorter runs. And this is not exaggerated for this video. We've laid everything except the kitchen and the laundry room and one bathroom, and this is all the waste we have right now. This little pile right here. That's it. So for us, going room to room, picking all the longest runs first, we seem to have a lot less waste. You ready to finish this up?
Yeah, let's knock it out.
Alright.
Oh, you know what? Let me grab something out of my car real quick. I'll meet you in there.
Alright.